What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Savvy, and welcome back to the Savvy Show. And today, I'm really excited for this episode because this is one that I've been really wanting to watch for such a long time, but I just haven't got around to it, and I just got pushed back. And today, I get to react to it, man. So I'm excited, man. And for this episode, it is SCP-4975. Time's Up. So, yo, thumbnail look really dope. This creature, it looks like a freaking like a vulture mixed with like a humanoid, like with a big ass beak. Like it looks insane. And your boy wants to get into it deep today, so let's go, man. This is going to be a good one. I hope it's a good one, man. It's Dr. Bob today, so if you guys are excited for this reaction, this SCP, remember to smash that like button and also smash the sub button if you're not already part of the family. I make content like this, SCP content, daily, so you will always get that dummy dose of SCP heat. And also let me know in the comment section below what you feel about this SCP and what it's all about, because man, I hope it's a good one. So without all out the way, let's get this show started. Alrighty, SCP-4975, Time's Up.
You're deep in the middle of a late-night study session when you hear something. It's a sort of clicking sound. You try to ignore it and get back to your books, but there it is again. You turn up your music. There, that's better. It was probably nothing. Just the house creaking. But no, there it is again. You need to figure out what is causing this. You look around. Is it coming from outside your window? Another click. It's definitely coming from outside. You slowly make your way to the window.
What is it?
Out, and you can't see anything with the glare. Slowly, you reach out, grab the window, pull it open, and nothing. You stick your head out and look around, but there's nothing to see. You close the window and go back to studying. But then, it happens again.
Bro, this is a creepy one, bro.
The next morning, you're eating breakfast when you start to hear that clicking noise again. But still, nothing is there.
Wow.
On the bus, you could swear it's coming from the seat right behind you.
Whoa.
No sign of anything.
Okay, I was about to say, where does he think he hears the sound? But I guess it's like right next to his person, whenever he hears it. This is really creepy.
You're in the middle of your test. Vertebrae are connected to each other by, what's the word?
Disc?
It's not going quite as well as you hoped. It was hard to study last night with the constant clicking.
I bet.
But you're giving it your best. At least the noise has stopped, so you can concentrate for a bit. You jump up and look behind you, determined to catch what's making this noise.
Don't look like a weirdo.
There's nothing there. You look around at your confused classmates before sheepishly sitting back down.
Bruh.
The cracking noise is almost...
They probably thought like he was trying to cheat, like looking over. Yo. Oh my god, that's funny.
Endless now. You can hardly go a moment without hearing it.
Jesus.
It goes on like this for months and months.
Months?
No one else can hear it, and no one seems to believe you.
I'll go crazy.
On one level, you've been able to get used to it, but on another, you never have adjusted to the constant clicking that follows you everywhere you go.
What is
You're
this?
sitting on the floor of your room, concentrating, focusing hard, trying to will the noise out of your mind. You clench your eyes shut as hard as you can and put all of your mental energy towards stopping the noise, when just then, it's gone. No more clicks.
Uh-oh.
You open your eyes. Could this be it? Could it all be over?
Dang.
You turn around to see it, but it's too late. What you have just witnessed is a textbook example of an SCP-4975 attack,
Time's
an
up.
anomaly that has been aptly nicknamed Time's Up. SCP-4975 is a tall, thin entity with some vaguely avian features, most notably a beak. Its long limbs lack any distinct
Look like a
digits,
humanoid crow.
instead tapering off into formless nubs, and a thick, hardened layer of dark skin covers its entire body, including its beak.
Getting beaked to death.
In addition to its striking appearance, SCP-4975 is perhaps best known for the distinctive clicking sound that it makes. The vertebrae in its long neck are not connected by any intervertebral discs or other tendons, and each of these neck bones appears to...
Intervertebral disc. That's the answer they need on his test. And I see what they did there. This was about the SCP. Wow.
be able to move independently of one another. It rotates these vertebrae constantly, one at a time, from bottom to top, ending at its head, creating a constant swinging motion of the head back and forth. It is each movement of these vertebrae that produces the distinctive clicking or cracking sound.
Ah, that's
SCP-4975's primary behavior is the pursuit and stalking of
He's gonna
human
get
beings.
arthritis.
Once
Bad
it
in
has
his
chosen a
neck.
target, for reasons that still remain unknown, it will begin to follow them, and only the target will be able to hear the clicking sound, though they won't be able to determine where the sound is actually coming
Can't
from.
see it.
SCP-4975 will continue to stalk its victims for an extended period of time, as long as 10 months or more, until at some point it stops swinging its head, the clicking sounds cease, and 4975 attacks.
Bro, what's the time limit though? It seems like it just stops just cause. Is there like a specific time frame he has to like attack, or like, you know, time's up, like it's been like, you know, 3 years, 4 years, a few months, like I'll attack you now. Like, come on.
In an attack, SCP-4975 uses its long appendages to club and tear the victim apart, after which it will consume them, often starting while the victim is still alive.
Dr. Bob got no chill. I've been watching too many rubber ones. I wasn't used to Dr. Bob's videos in a yo. Dr. Bob's out here.
One single human-sized cadaver appears to be enough to last SCP-4975 for several months, after which...
Oh, that's why. That's my answer. Because it's not hungry yet. It lasts a few months. Okay.
Target a new prey and begin the process all over again.
Jesus.
Evidence of SCP-4975 has
German.
been found as far back as 1538, with a creature very similar to it appearing in numerous German folktales. Multiple artistic depictions from the time also show a large, black avian creature that can only be assumed to be the same anomaly.
Dang.
In what should be a bit of good news, SCP-4975 is currently in containment at an SCP Foundation facility, where it is...
How did you contain it? The only time you're able to even see this SCP is when it's about to feast. Please explain.
confined to a standard steel containment cell. However, as you'll soon see, this containment has not resulted in the end of SCP-4975 attacks, and reports of new incidents continue to come in.
So we could leave this containment cell if there's still attacks? Or do these humans end up just getting lured to this SCP? And that's... bruh. Unless it could, like, you know, disappear or teleport. That would be kind of cool, and then it would just come back, but that would make no sense to, you know, capture it. So how is there still attacks going on?
In one such report from the Black Forest region of Germany, Foundation agents were investigating the case of a local man who had reported that he had been hearing a rhythmic clicking sound for over 4 months. The man assumed he was being stalked, or was the subject of a cruel prank, and asked the local authorities to look into the matter. The Foundation agents took the man into custody, giving the cover story to the local police that the man had been experiencing auditory hallucinations and paranoia as a side effect of an experimental chemotherapy he had been receiving. The agents took the man to the last place he had heard the clicking sound, which was a wooded area. As they walked through the forest, the man grew
During this time, is the SCP locked up? I want to know what happens when it's locked up and people are hearing this clicking sound. Because that would mean the SCP is out of that cage. Because the clicking sound, this SCP should be right next to the person for them to hear it, and the SCP is invisible. So how would that be the case and they're still victims if it's locked up? This is, come on.
increasingly nervous until he stopped and pointed at a tree, claiming that it was where the sound was coming from. The man froze in fear as the agents drew their weapons and prepared to inspect the tree.
Does he
They
finally
split
see
up
now?
And with tactical efficiency, circled the tree on either side to find nothing. At the same
Does
time,
he see it?
the man screamed, pointing at a creature the agents could not see that the man claimed was coming for him. The man was thrown to the ground by his invisible assailant and struck multiple times.
The creature is still invisible while it's still attacking, but only the person that it's attacking could see it. Okay, yeah. I really want to know how they caught this creature. Like, let's be honest, bro. Like, what?
The agents attempted to attack where it seemed the invisible creature should be, but their fists and weapons passed through the air as if nothing was there.
Yo, okay. I really need to know how they caught this. I really need to know. Because right when I said that and I saw them, you know, shooting, I'm like, okay, maybe they killed it. But it's going through the air. Bro.
Another agent attempted to drag the man away, but he was pinned down by a mysterious force. A large wound began to appear on the man's midsection as his abdomen was opened up.
Bro, you're
Still
gonna pull him
unable to move the
apart.
man or stop whatever it was that was attacking him, and with no other options, a Foundation agent took out his gun and terminated the man.
Bro, they don't care, bro. They don't care. I mean, for this Foundation to be about, you know, stopping these SCPs for humanity, they don't really care about humanity to, like, even save them to the extent of, like, this dude. Like, they just put him out of his misery. Like, I mean, it's fucked.
Moments later, as the agents looked on, strips of flesh began to be torn from the body and vanish, as if an invisible creature was feeding on the deceased man.
Oh my god.
But this invisible attack wasn't even the strangest part. At the exact moment the man in Germany was killed and devoured by an unseen force, SCP-4975 was observed to be standing motionless, staring at the southeastern corner of its containment cell, and it was no longer clicking its neck. Any human contact with SCP-4975 has been disallowed, and all current research into the creature has been temporarily ceased, though it has been classified as Euclid. Following these continued attacks and the bizarre behavior it exhibits as they take place, reclassification to Keter class is pending.
Yeah.
In the event that a containment breach takes place, it is official Foundation policy that any personnel who begin hearing a persistent, rhythmic cracking noise are to isolate themselves from other staff and calmly wait for SCP-4975 to be returned to its chamber, or for the noises to stop. Perhaps as you wait for the clicking noise to cease, you can amuse yourself with an old German nursery rhyme that is believed to have been written about SCP-4975. Its translation goes,
Let's see.
Tick-tock, the cuckoo clock ticks. Cuckoo, the bird inside sings. As ticks the time, so ticks your heart. May you live long as you hear its song. Listen close, for when it stops, the hatchling comes out of its home. Did you hear it? Did it stop? My child, it meant your time was up.
Bro. That was a good one. Yo, this leaves me with, like, so many questions. I know I usually have a lot of questions for different SCPs, but this one, there was so much stuff left out in the dark. Like, was he, like, you know, astral projecting his body to kill that dude in the forest? Because he wasn't moving, and he was, like, staying, like, northeast. I'm assuming that was facing where that dude was at. And he was feasting. Bro, and it has some lore bro, this is up there for me. This is one of my favorites. Yeah, I like this a lot. Man, what do you guys think about this SCP? And if you guys enjoyed the reaction, please let me know by smashing that like button. If you guys, you know, thought this was cool, let me know in the comment section below. And also, if you guys have some of the answers to the questions I had in this reaction, please let me know in the comment section. I need all the help I can get. So yeah, and also remember, smash the sub button, join the family if not already part of it. I make content like this daily, so you'll always get that SCP heat. So without all of the way, that concludes today's episode, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.